Okay, so dear Dharma practitioners, be comfortable yourself and relax your body. And keep your back straight, neck head straight in one line and your right palm on your left. So gently close your eyes and bring attention to this bell sound. And while you're focusing to the sound, mentally relax your body, relax your mind, and relax your breathing with your thoughts. So do nothing extra. Just follow the sound, please. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Exalted One, the fully enlightened One. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, before we start our practice session, as usual, we'll take few minutes to ourselves to understand how this meditation can help for us to develop our conventional life, and at the same time, how this practice affect for our spiritual development. So when it comes to our ordinary life, the very conventional life, we all look kind of like happiness and satisfaction. Nothing wrong with that. So that is the base of our conventional life. But when it comes to that happiness and satisfaction, most of time, we are trying to gain it through something from outside. So then itself, that whatever the happiness and the satisfaction we gain, not going to become ours, because it's come as a result of something or somebody. So then what happens? Naturally, we have to depend on something or somebody. So once you start to depend on something or somebody, it always make you unbalanced and unrest. So that itself brings some kind of unsatisfaction. See that now our purpose is this is very conventional life of life. Our very purpose is finding happiness and satisfaction. And then for that, we always go towards something. And once we depend on something, again, we gain the unbalance. So then again and again, we are rotating this system around it. And that itself, another way we call the journey of life, or you can put a little bit heavy word, we call samsara. And at the same time, when it comes to spiritual life, or when it comes to liberation, or the enlightenment, or the nibbana, it is not that the method that you should develop. So when it comes to that, you have to go inward and understand the very nature of the mind. See that conventional life, we go towards something outside, but now when it comes to spiritual life, you have to go inward. So as ordinary people, so far in this journey of life, we used to go towards outside. So then now once you settle down to go inward, what happened? Naturally, your mind start to go towards outside. So the meditation practice means when it go towards outside, you bring it back and settle down, bring it back and settle down. How far you have to, don't know. How many times you have to do, we can't count on that. But once you know, when the mind goes here and there, you bring it back. And where this mind go? So the mind always go towards whatever you have done or whatever you have to done. This is the very nature of the mind. And then how this meditation will help for you to settle down and in a certain level, gaining some kind of happiness and satisfaction, because this happiness and satisfaction has a deeper meaning. Even though in the conventional life, we try to gain something and have fun and have joy and enjoy things, in the deeper level of your subconscious mind needs something beyond that. So that's why in the meditation also, you gain some kind of happiness and satisfaction that is more stronger than this conventional level of happiness and satisfaction. But this both need. It's the same thing, kind of like, it's kind of like the same thing that the two parts of the same coin. Nothing is better than this one or like that. You don't need to categorize it, but you have to understand the method. So that's why now our purpose is go towards mind and understand the mind. When you're going to understand the mind, you have to see the thoughts. But now this thought always go here and there, busy, jumping to past or the future. And because of that, what happens, you can't recognize the thoughts. And what is this power that your thoughts go towards past or the future? Why it go? Where this current come? Those currents we call 5 hindrance. Because that is what ignite your mind to jump towards backward or the forward. Kamachanda, sensual desires with the self-centered idea, always with your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, to gain something. Oh, me, for me. Look for satisfaction. It's just not the satisfaction. It's kind of like it's a mix with the craving and the desire. And other thing is the anger. Vyapada. So envy. Because when there is satisfaction, and anger going to be next to that. And Thinamid. It's this kind of like laziness, sloth and thoughtful, and it always that inside you, and it's kind of like inbuilt within us. So then overcome it is a skill. And Uddacha Kukucha, and always the mind, and comparing to your self-centered idea to something here and there, and the doubt. So those are kind of like energy in us that become energized because of the repetition. So now your effort is to look into a thought or look into the moment of experience. But the mind always jumping here and there because of this current that you develop. What happened? The mind start to go here and there. So then in the beginning, you have to calm down this, and you have to reduce this current. That means you have to reduce the five hindrance, power of this five hindrance. And that reducing method we call samadhi, tranquility state, one pointness, chitta bhavana. So what is the method for that? Because just settling down with one primary mental object, it's not going to happen, because this inside current. So this is the thing. Once you sit for meditation, you can't reduce the power of the five the hindrance. So the five hindrance you develop during the day. So now this is the moment you get the result. It's kind of like a 1 week you work, and then the Friday evening you get the paycheck. So without working all week, Friday evening, if you go and ask for the paycheck, you can't get like that. So five hindrance means like that all day during the day, how you work with your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind. And sometimes people say when they sit for meditation, mind become busy, mind go here and there, don't know what happened. So that is exactly the same thing happened to all of us. If you are keep doing developing these five aggregates. So then what you need to do? How you can reduce this? Because when it comes to meditation, it is not a kind of like a wrestling game. Once you close your eyes, you can't kind of like have a kind of military practice with the meditation. You can't do that. So then in day-to-day life, you have to have some kind of attitude, passion, some kind of way of life to reduce the power of five hindrance. How you can do that? That's the method called sila, very self-disciplined life. Go with some kind of structure with your day-to-day activities. How your self-discipline effect for your happiness or the satisfaction or the tranquility state, or how the way of life effect for your five hindrance. So once you understand that, it is very helpful for you to go deeper into meditation. So sila means overall the way you maintain your bodily, verbally, mentally actions. So that's basically how you contribute, how you live your day, how you contribute to others, your life. And if you manage it well, we call it very disciplined life. Why you have to do that? So then your bodily action, verbal action, mental action means you engage with others. So then other people also part of this your tranquility state. Other things also part of you. So that means this entire world is a kind of like a part of your tranquility state. You have to understand that. Neglecting the outside world, you can't get into tranquility state. Rejecting, refusing, resisting, you can't get into your tranquility state so deeply. Maybe there was a method. There are many other methods that people reject the outside world, but when it comes to the Buddha's teaching, it is not like that. So that's why understanding this is very important. So then When it comes to tranquility state, you have to remember the world, the people, the environment, the nature. You have to take it as the ground for you to grow. So then your bodily, verbally, mentally actions, how you merge with this, how you connect with, harness with the outside world. If you do it kind of like a improfitable way, in kind of like an unwholesome way, what happens? End of the day. From morning to night, you act with the bodily, verbally, mentally action, and you do things with others. In case, if you misbehave yourself, what will happen? End of the day, you gain result. You gain the feedback. It's called avippatisara. Avippatisara means you become worried about your own action. Why I did that? Why I say that? Why I thought like that? So like that, first we start to become worried about us. So then having a disciplined life, what is the first benefit you gain? You're not going to worry about you. That's very important. Why? Because when it comes to our conventional life, look at the world. Most of time we are worried about our own action. That's why in the 5 hindrance, that vichikicca, doubt, the doubt about one thing is that our own action, our own past and our own future. The most of time, most of the people have the fear because of their own future. They have a doubt about it, unclarity, uncertainty. So somehow this avippatisara, so the always mind boiling, have the fear, unsatisfaction, and always shaking. So once you have discipline in life, it's going to disappear. That's mean you are not worried about your own bodily, verbally, mentally action. That's mean from morning to night, if you had the very disciplined life, by the evening, you are not worried about your day that you spent. That is the very beginning of happiness. So then remember, then this is a very, this is why you are your own master. You are your own creator. So you have to understand this method. So then whatever the bodily, verbally, mentally action you perform, it's going to bounce back to you. So then remember that no one else going, maybe we think, oh, I did for that person, I did this, said for that person. Like that, we always do something for others. But end of the day, what we do for others going to bounce back to us. So that's why get yourself be the example, and then if you don't like something, don't do it to others. If you don't like to hear something, don't say it to others. If you don't like to think the way that other people are going to think about you, so that don't think about other people the same way. So that, like that, what happens? You getting yourself and you comparing to you, and you become example to you, and then you behave. You are the world. And the deeper level of even in the vipassana level, beyond the tranquility, and what it say? Once you understand how things happen to you, you are capable to understand how things happen to other people. That is the wisdom. If you are capable to understand what's happening to others and how the other people go through, that's wisdom, because that is what we don't have. Hearts, husband, wife, children, friends, and family members, maybe they live for 20 years, 30 years, 50 years together, but still they can't understand what's happening to other person. So in case, just imagine if you can recognize what is happening to other person, what that person go through, how beautiful it is. It is not an imagination. It should come out of your own experience. So somehow, once you have the very disciplined life, the very first thing, you start to get out of this worry, disappointment, fear, unhappiness, unsatisfaction regarding your own bodily, verbally, mentally action. So once you have that, so first you have to have it. Otherwise, the next not going to grow. So once you have that satisfaction, then that security, that comfort, the very next quality going to happen, it called pamojja. Avippatisara, the next quality called the pamojja. Pamojja means it's not the kind of like the deeper joy, but it's kind of like the satisfaction. It's kind of like a joy. It's kind of like a bring you very peace inside. Pamojja. You become happy, that you become kind of like a joyful regarding not about something, because we are learned to have the joy. We are not used to have the satisfaction belong to something, because I want to buy this. Once I have it, I become happy. This is not like that. Now it is about you. So you had a very disciplined life, and because of that, you get out of the worry, disappointment, fear, unsatisfaction. Now you have some kind of joy being itself. So that is the next step, that you enjoy it. And as a result of that, the next quality comes, it called passaddhi. Passaddhi means it's kind of like a settling down. It's kind of like a bring calmness to inside you. And that is why it is very important, because this passaddhi is not within us. This calming down nature is not within us. We always into something. We are like the fish came out of the water. It's another way, we are kind of like a monkeys, jumping here and there. Always. We are kind of like a baby elephant. Why? Because always, always moving. So we always want to do something, touch something, say something. But passaddhi means without doing anything, just being itself, you feel comfortable. How beautiful it is. Just look yourself. To be comfortable ourselves, sometimes we need something else. We look for something else. We depend from something else. But now, just you itself, being itself, you feel comfortable. We don't have most of time this. We always into something. So develop yourself. And the next one called the sukhatta. So that is a kind of like giving the complete feelings to be in the moment. And it's a kind of like a sukha, means the anymore you are not go to anymore, you have no effort to struggle to become. You feel complete serenity, satisfaction, security, and at the same time, you have the contentment in you, sukhata. And as a result of that, then you enter to samadhi. So once you enter to samadhi, what's happening? This, by the time now, avipatisara, pamojja, piti, pasaddi, sukha, samadhi. So by the time now, what happened to your 5 hindrance? This all melt little by little, little by little. It became more soft. So once you settle down to the samadhi, no 5 hindrance. And if you can remain there a little bit, you are capable to see the very crystal clear nature of the mind. And you can be with it. And your awareness can track the thoughts and be with the mind without going here and there. Then you see it's kind of like the thoughts are kind of like the river flowing, but you can watch without washing with the water. You can watch the river. You can watch the kind of, your thoughts are kind of like the clouds. So you can watch the thoughts without moving away with the cloud. So it's something then. It's kind of like, if I give a simile, just imagine you go to very open field, you go to the beach or some place and you saw a kite on the sky, go with the clouds and the wind. But now you see the guy who sent in the cloud, the kite. So that is different. Because conventional life, we always look for the kite. We enjoy the kite, go with the wind. But now you see the guy who holding the thread and always how he send this kite to the sky. So you see yourself, your own deeper mind. So this is not this is what you have to understand. This is not a magic. What you experience it as a result of causation, cause and effect. So this is the method that you unfold that, your moment of experience. And the tranquility state is not such a thing going to boom, hit your head and you become. It's not going to. See now, it's because your life itself, environment itself, other people itself, it's your tranquility state. Just imagine how it is there. So then the sila means, discipline means, that is the entrance point to tranquility state. So then when it comes to our life, don't try to control others. Only thing that you can do, look into yourself and maintain your bodily, verbally, mentally action. It is your own responsibility. And don't try to change others. Don't try to interfere with others. You can't do anything. You can't change anybody. You can't cover the world with the leathers. What you can do, just get a piece of leather and put and cover your feet. So like that, this discipline mean it's not a kind of like a heavy thing. It is a just you recognize what is important for you and what is profitable for you. And you recognize that if it is unprofitable, you get out of it. If it is profitable, do it. If it is unwholesome, you don't do it. Maybe it will happen, but you have the effort inside not to do it. That is the only thing that you can do to yourself. That is the power of the human mind. And this entire universe, you can struggle with this everything. And just imagine people struggle with all this outside world, but by the time it's going to back to the same thing, like the nature. But your awareness, your mind is not like that. Only thing that you can, if you are take a very conscious decision, and if you get out of some kind of unwholesome action with the discipline, it's not going to happen again. You can come to that level, that everything in the world maybe come back to the same point again. It's like nature. But yourself, you are the only one in this entire universe. Move forward without going back to the same. So then it is your conscious decision has power to purify yourself. Rubbing, brushing, cleaning, biting, washing, and you get out of that all the unnecessary, unwholesome actions. You have to have effort. Why you have to have effort? Because you already develop it in you. How you develop it? Repetition. There is no any other thing. When anything, if you repeat again and again and again, it becomes stronger. It is not a magic. It is the very nature of life. So then yourself, that repetition, that power we call memory. So life mean what? Life mean memory. So then in day-to-day life, from morning to night, what you do? You repeat actions. Look very carefully. The way you wake up, the time you wake up, after you wake up, lying down on the bed maybe, what you do every day, same thing. From there, you go to your bathroom the same way. From there, you open the tap, brush your teeth and wash your face, same way. It's repetition. We talk about this, machine technology, and you are kind of like a robot. You are kind of like a machine. If you look very carefully, you just keep repeat the same thing again and again and again. And the conversations, mostly again, the same. Whatever the things that you talk with others, same thing. So when you do it again and again, again and again, what happens? It becomes your memory. Once it becomes a memory, what happens? It becomes stronger, and then it becomes part of 5 hindrance. And now you try to close your eyes and settle down and focus to one pointness. It's not going to happen. Why? Because that repetition start to come and disturb you. So that's why you can break this pattern and experience beyond this, what you go through. So then give a try a little bit. Experience it. Come to the moment of experience, rather than caught up in this memory, rather than repeat the memory, rather than become the memory. Take a very conscious decision and be with that moment by moment. One moment is enough. One moment enough. For 1 second, and for this second do it, and then for the next second do it. So second by second by second you go. Don't focus to long time period. Just 1 second enough. And then repeat the 1 second. That repetition becomes stronger. Now you have a different current or the habit. Now you develop a different, another way of habit. Consciousness-based action. Once it becomes stronger, once it becomes the energy, so by the time you get into different flow. So now we are in a flow that is based with the memory, based with the repetition of the same thing unconsciously. So that is a flow, that's a samsara. And through meditation, what we do, we reverse the pattern. We don't change anything. We reverse the pattern because we understand how the energy works. We reverse the pattern. Now you become conscious. With the conscious decision, and you do the same conscious action again and again and again and again and again. You become conscious. So by the time what happened, being conscious become, it's not a habit. The being conscious becomes strong. So then, in that very level, the entire repetition, that memory, start to change and it start to react to the conscious action. So when you expand that duration, when it becomes powerful inside you, rather than the flow go with the memory, you develop the flow with the consciousness. So that is what called enter into stream level. Sotapanna. Once you enter to that stream level, it becomes irreversible. If you become conscious, that moment of consciousness, you can't make it unconscious. So that's why. How beautiful it is. Why you don't get it? Why you want to get lost in this unconsciousness? Because you have ability to become conscious. So give a try. So that is how these things work, but little by little you have to remember. I hope this make a little bit clear this tranquility meditation and how it help for us to go into the vipassana. Little by little we go deeper, but how we can get into tranquility state and our day-to-day life, how we have to maintain it, and by maintaining that way, what is the result we gain. So that result is your life. It's not something else. It's your life. So you are the one who need to select it. You are the one who need to accept it. You are the one who need to be with it and go with it. And you are the one who end of the day going to get the result. So with that, let's get into practice a little bit now. So your right palm on your left hand neck, head straight in one line, and be comfortable with your posture. So bring attention to your body and scan head to toes yourself and say Swapateva, oh may I be well and happy 3 times. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge. In this moment with this sitting, may my body become more comfortable, may my breath be more smooth, may no difficulties come to me, may all the success come to me. Also think for a moment, this is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime, and detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalation and exhalations. So in the beginning, deeply and gently, breathe in, breathe out 3 times and find the sensation, please. And allow your inhalations, exhalations happen itself. When it happens through the sensation, recognize it, do nothing extra. Bring your attention to your body, please. Observe your posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through entire your compound, village, city, state, country, world, around this universe. Also, as far as you can, through galaxies, other planets, stars. Reminding yourself like this. With clear intention, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe. And may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away, already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one out of anger or ill will wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart forward. Visualize yourself and send it as a light. To your backside. To your left side. And to your right side. Downward. And upward. To all 6 directions at once, like the moon, the sun, spread the light, spread the energy, without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it, with the maximum effort to the highest, wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So first of all, we offer this practice to the great qualities of the Buddha, Dharma, and the Sangha. And also by the power of this meritorious deed, may all of us attain to the supreme bliss of Nibbana. May all your guardian angels and deities will receive these merits and increase their longevity and protect all of you from any kind of planetary influences or any ill effects. Ittavata chammihi sampadam punya sampadam sabbe deva numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabbe bhutanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabbe sattanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Maya dhammanu dhamma patipattiya. Buddham pujemi dhammam pujemi sangham pujemi. Addaya imaya patipattiya jati jara vyadi maranam ha paribundissami. Idam me punya kammang asavakkaya vahang hotu sabba dukkha pamunchatu. Bless you.